So we are back for another ranking video in Spider-Man 2. This is probably going to be the last one unless you guys are really enjoying them, and if you are, let me know. I can always do some more, but for now, this is probably going to be the last one, and we are going to be ranking the Miles suits in Spider-Man 2, and I'm ranking my own top 10, essentially from best to worst. Now, how this happened with the Peter one was that I limited myself to only pretty much putting 2, maybe 3 per tier, just to spread them out, because like I said, I've picked these as my top 10, so realistically they'd all be S tier or A tier. So just to spread them out, some of them are going to be in D tier, yet even the D tier ones, I'm ranking them as the top 10 in the game. So just keep that in mind, and also keep in mind we're probably going to be slightly talking spoilers here, so if you haven't finished the game, I would recommend finishing before watching. Not going to be talking about necessarily any main story elements, but there's just a few suits in here that are related to spoilers, so keep that in mind. But with that being said, let's jump right into it. Now, for a bit of context, I've just recorded the Peter one, and looking at all these suits, these are all, literally all, better than the Peter suits in my opinion. These would be my top 10 if I was to do a combined top 10 of each of Peter and Miles. I think Peter's best suit would be the 11th best. I honestly think that these are all so much better than Peter's suits, and it's going to make it a very tough ranking to do. I'm actually kind of not looking forward to this, because looking at them, I don't know which ones are going to be ranked top, and even putting any of these last kind of feels a bit wrong. So it's going to be a tough one, but I will definitely try my best. Now, first off, we have got the Miles Morales 2020 suit. This is the one that's kind of like the puffer jacket and the like techno helmet. It's not even a mask really, it's more of a helmet. This is going to be really difficult early. Keep in mind, I'll probably shuffle these around quite a bit. I think for now, it's probably got to go C tier. It may go lower, but it also may go higher. I absolutely love this suit. The other thing I should mention is I've picked my favorite variant of each of these suits as well. So there are multiple variants. This one I've gone with the main variant. There are some, I believe, that I went with a different variant. Yeah, there's 3 in this video that I've gone with different variants. So I'll get to them when we actually cover them. But as for the 2020 suit, I think this goes into the C tier. Next up, we have got the Dark Ages suit, which, like I just said, I've picked my favorite variant of this one. This is the sort of black and yellow / red variant. And for me, this is probably going to go S tier. I think this is one of my favorite ones in the entire game. It looks absolutely clean. All of the variants of this one look just amazing, but the colors of this one, it's just absolutely perfect. This is by far one of my favorites. Looking at the list, there is another one in here that may top it. I'm not 100% sure, but regardless, it's absolutely clean skin. It's very like symbiote inspired, which obviously suits the game very well. The fact that it's got like a hood, even though he's not wearing clothing, but he's still got somehow like a hood, or I don't know if you call that a hood, but whatever that is, it looks absolutely sick. So yeah, I think this one goes S tier. It may not be topped, but there's one that I'm thinking of that probably tops it, at least as of right now. Now, next up, we have got the Miles Morales 2099 suit. This one is a bit more on the simple side compared to a lot of these, but it is still absolutely sick. I love the hood. I love the little like blades that he's got on the back of his like forearm, I guess. And just the color palette and everything for this is so clean. I think for me, it's tough. It is very tough. I think it's gonna go B tier for now. I'm not actually sure. This is going to be so much harder than the Peter one, I'm not going to lie. They're all so good. I think it goes B tier for now. It may drop down because it is a bit more basic compared to the rest, but either way, absolutely love this suit. It's also got like glowing eyes, which I think is amazing. Like you can actually see the almost like condensation coming off his freaking eyes. It's like they're steaming or something. Just looks absolutely awesome. So big fan of that suit, and yeah, putting it in the B tier feels wrong, but it may honestly even go down lower than that. Now, next up, we have got the Evolved suit, which is essentially Miles' new canon look. And this is probably a hot take because I've actually seen a lot of hate for this suit. A lot of people saying they're not a fan of it. I kind of agree with it that this is the new like canon Spider-Man look for Miles. And it is very, very different from the typical Spider-Man look. So I get where people are coming from. It's very unique, and it's not all of the main Spider-Man suits. They're generally very in line with like the classic suit. This one is very different. So I do get where people are coming from. For me, I still love it. I think it is very, very clean. Where it goes on the list, I'm not too sure. I'm probably thinking C tier, maybe there, or there. But man, even as the rest of these are so sick. Now that I'm looking at that, I think I'm gonna have to put that there. And I think I'm actually gonna have to put that there. And I think I'm gonna have to put that there. They're all so good. It feels so wrong putting these so low, but like I said, I've just got to keep it spread out as much as I can. So I've actually moved all of them down. I think that's where I want to put them, because the rest of these are just absolute fire. Now, next up, we've got the Programmable Mat suit. This is called. This is a variant of this. This is the like yellow variant, because there are multiple different colors. For me, this is my absolute favorite. It's like a gray, black, and yellow sort of variant. I think for me, this one probably goes just very close to the 2099 suit. I think on any given day, you can pretty much swap these around, but I think I'm going to put it there for now. It is very, very tough. It's a very unique suit. It's got like a very like techie feeling to it. It's probably one of the more unique suits in this game in terms of like the tech side of it. Obviously there's the symbiote suits and stuff, but this one, in terms of like being really futuristic, it is actually very unique. Now, next up, we have got the Brooklyn 2099 suit. This is the blue variant, so obviously the main variant is the black and red. And to be honest, the black and red could have made it in here as well. I think that looks sick too. I think this one, man, I think it goes A tier. I absolutely love this suit. I think it also looks cool because it's kind of like baggy with these pants. Like most of the other suits, you know, Spider-Man is generally wearing, whether it's Pete or Miles, they're wearing like skin tight clothing, which is nothing wrong with that. It's just kind of cool when you see them that they're actually wearing like baggier clothes and stuff like that. So big fan of this one. I also love the like dynamic nature of it, where it kind of pulsates with the color. Like it's just all black and then it will pulsate with the, in this case, the blue, but it's obviously got the red and green variants and stuff as well. I just absolutely love this. I also just love the look of the mask. It looks absolutely sick. So I think this one goes A tier for me, but like I said, we may shuffle around. There's going to be a lot of time spent shuffling, I think, at the end of this video. Now, next up, we have got the Smoke and Mirrors suit, which is obviously based on Mysterio. And for me, I think this goes number one. It's very tight between these two, but I think this one edges it just because of the mask alone. I think the colors, I probably prefer the darker colors of the Dark Ages suit, but man, the Mysterio one is just so clean. So yeah, I think that goes number one. In fact, yeah, now that I think of it, is a definite number one. It's pretty damn close between the top two, but I think the Smoke and Mirrors is a fairly comfortable number one for me. Now, next up, we have got the Absolute Carnage suit, and this one is the final variant. It's kind of like the black and red, and it's got yellow eyes. That's pretty much the main reason I picked it, because the rest of them are all just as cool, but they've all got white eyes, and the fact that the eyes are yellow in this one, it is pretty awesome. I think it's actually the main variant now that I think of it. As for where I put this, I'm probably going to go B tier. We may actually end up having all like two in each tier now that I think of it. I'm not too sure, but I think that goes B tier. It is very, very cool for me, but it is not quite on the level in terms of like the symbiote inspired suit. It's probably not as cool as the Dark Ages suit, but regardless, it is very, very clean, very menacing suit. Next up, we have got the red Spectre suit, and I think this probably edges that one out now that I think of it. It's very, very close between these two. I think they both are definitely B tier on this list, but just like I've said before, they honestly depends on the day. Like I could switch these tomorrow. I might think it's the other way around. I'm not sure, but for now, I think I'm pretty happy with that ranking. Now, last but definitely not least, we have got the Best There Is suit. This is obviously inspired by like the classic Wolverine look. This is the yellow and blue variant. There are multiple variants. I will say the red and black variant is absolute fire as well, but just because this is more the classic Wolverine look, I had to go with the classic one. I think this goes A tier, and it's very close between these two. I think because it's so unique in that it's actually like a Wolverine suit instead of, this one is obviously still Spider-Man. The fact this is just Wolverine probably edges it, but they're so damn close between these two. So yeah, I think it actually comes in top three for me, which is kind of surprising, but also not really, because I'm a big fan of Wolverine, and the fact that it's not really a Spider-Man suit. All of these, when you look at the rest of them, they're all got like typical Spider-Man eyes, but this one doesn't. It's fully just a Wolverine suit. So big fan of that one. And looking at it now, I'm actually pretty happy with the list. I think they could all change around, like I said, depending on the day, but as of this exact moment, recording it, I think I'm pretty happy. The top two I'm 100% set on. The next two in the A tier I'm definitely set on, in terms of maybe not so much the order, but just that's definitely my top four. And then realistically, all the ones below that could all be in the B tier. They're all so damn close. But yeah, I'm actually overall pretty happy with these rankings. I'm keen to hear your thoughts. Be sure to leave your rankings for not only this top 10 that I've made, but also that's just my own top 10. So be sure to give me your top 10. Some of these may not make it for you and you might have other ones in there. So if you can remember the names, be sure to leave them down in the comment section. I'm keen to hear your thoughts on all of these suits. And if you haven't seen it yet, go check out the Peter ranking as well. Like I said, the Peter suits are just not, they're not even in the same realm as the Miles suits, in my opinion. If I was doing these and the Peter suits, I think Peter's suits would literally be in the tier below. Like these are just so much better, but Peter does still have some very awesome suits. So if you haven't seen that video, be sure to go and check that out. I've also done the boss fights ranked as well. So make sure to go and check all those out. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. I'm going to be doing a setup tour at 1K. We're going to be showing off everything in the background here, as well as the actual setup that I'm recording at and everything. So make sure you don't miss out on that. I'm not too sure. We may have actually hit 1K by then. I'm not sure if the video, it may even be up, because I promised I would upload that as soon as we hit 1K. And I'm recording these a couple of days in advance. So I actually don't know. We may have posted that by now. Go and check it out if you haven't. If you can't see it on the channel, it will be not far away, hopefully. So make sure you don't miss out on that. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.